For me, the whole purpose of using the hunting horn is to support the team. It's the only weapon that can buff you and your team, and I wanted to capitalize on that very feature. So I made a hunting horn build that focuses on number 1, buffing the team, and number 2, knocking out monsters. So whenever my team needs support, this is my go-to hunting horn build. Now in Monster Hunter now, it's pretty easy to buff yourself. All you need to do is line up the notes and you automatically get the buffs. But to share these buffs to your teammates, well, you have to perform this echo attack. It's a pretty great move. It buffs your teammates and does a ton of damage. So there's a ton of incentives to just spam this move whenever you can. And so, to buff this move's damage even further, we are going to be equipping the new skill, Blunt Force. This skill increases the damage of the Hunting Horn's Echo attack and only the Echo attack. When you pop the Hunting Horn's special move, it ends with an Echo attack, so that also gets buffed by Blunt Force. This skill doesn't buff your regular swings, so if you really want to get the most out of this build, you gotta keep in mind that you always have to use the Echo attack, and always pop your super not just to buff your team, but also to deal damage. Now the problem is this move is very punishable. It has long active frames, and if you're not smart about when to use it, you're gonna get hit. That's why we will also need the Slugger skill in our build. This will help us knock out monsters using the Hunting Horn, because honestly, the stun values of the Hunting Horn is pretty average. So to make it better, we are going to use Slugger. The faster we can knock out monsters, the more opportunities we can get to use echo attacks and to top up our team's buffs. And that really is the purpose of this build. And when the monster is KO'd and stunned on the ground, it helps the team deal even more damage. So basically, it's a win-win for everyone. The main star of this build is the Biototus armor pieces, the mail and legs in particular. By equipping these armor pieces, we get Blunt Force and Slugger. But at the moment, we only have access to Blunt Force level 3. So hopefully in the future, we will have more armor pieces with this skill. Then we will also equip the Deviljewel Helm to get more Slugger. For the remaining slots, I chose to equip the Rathian Vambraces to get Lock On and Burst. We will need Lock On if we're going to consistently target the monster's head and KO monsters. And I believe Lock On is even more essential with the Hunting Horn than it is for the hammer. All because the Echo Wave attack hitboxes can be a bit weird sometimes. And Lock On helps guarantee that the Echo Waves hit the monster's head. Burst is always a nice damage skill to have, and it's gonna be easy to activate it with the Hunting Horn when using its multi-hitting Echo Wave attack. Then lastly, to maximize Burst even further, I chose to equip the Teostra Waste. It has Burst and Power Prolonger. Now Power Prolonger affects the Hunting Horn in a way that it lengthens the active duration of your melodies. It extends it for 3 more seconds for each point of Power Prolonger you have equipped. But this effect does not extend to your teammates. So Power Prolonger isn't really a must-have in Hunting Horn builds because you can easily just top up your melodies by lining up the notes over and over again to keep them active. But it is a nice skill to have, just in case. So in total, the build has Slugger 4, Blunt Force 3, Burst 3, Lock On, and Power Prolonger. Now what I love about this build is that you can just use whatever horn you want to use. For team play, I'd use the more support-oriented horns with damage buffing melodies. And if I want to focus on dealing KO damage, I'd use Sonic Wave horns. I'm sure there are other builds better at dealing damage. I made this build because I wanted to use the new Blunt Force skill and I wanted to KO monsters and get that opening to do more echo attacks to buff my team. And ultimately, the true power of the Hunting Horn comes from providing buffs to the team. That for me is the core principle of the Hunting Horn. If I wanted to focus on dealing damage, I would have just used my main weapon. If you want to represent your main weapon loud and proud, be sure to check out my merch. I have weapon icon shirts with Demon Slayer uniform inspired designs, so you can let others know you're a monster hunter. I have a shirt for all weapons, even a hunting horn icon shirt for you hunting horn mains. So be sure to check them out, linked in the description. Now, the types of buffs you will be applying to your team will depend on which hunting horn you are using. If you want to find out which hunting horns I think are the best ones, be sure to check out this video next. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.